In this video, we will actually start learning how to program in Wolfram language. So in the previous video, we saw how to install the software, how to create a notebook, a Wolfram language notebook, either in the desktop software or in the cloud-based Wolfram cloud. So this is how the notebook looks if you open in your desktop or your laptop. Similar kind of notebook you will see even in the Wolfram cloud as we saw in the last video. So let us start programming with Wolfram language. So to start with, we will look at some simple arithmetic operations, some computation. So let us say I want to do addition of some numbers. So I will write 2 plus 3, and then to run this, we need to press shift and enter. So shift plus enter. So when we do shift and enter, we get the output. So 2 plus 3 equals 5 as expected. So this is addition. Then let's say we want to look at subtraction. Again, to run it, we will do shift enter. Then multiplication. Then we have division. So notice that this comes in a fraction form. So in order to get decimal points, we will do the following. So we will write 2 by 3 and then we will do double slash n. So this will give us in the decimal form. Now let us say power. How do we do exponentials? So these are the basic arithmetic operations in Wolfram language, pretty much simple to use. To run any cell, you would press shift enter. So these are the cells. So each of these segments are known as cells in the Wolfram language. And this kernel or this session can be quit and restarted. So if I say quit kernel, so this will quit the kernel. So you see all these input output numbers have gone. My kernel has been quit. Now I can restart my kernel. Can restart it. So it will restart and then I can run the code again one by one. So this is input 1, output 1. Similarly for all the other cells. So this is just if you want to restart your kernel, you can restart it. Now, what happens if we want to do 1 divided by 0? Let us say we try this. So this gives us this complex infinity. So 1 divided by 0, Wolfram language takes it as infinity. So this is a symbolic representation and one can do mathematical calculations with this. Let's say limit some value tending to infinity. So it will take this as complex infinity. Another thing to notice for multiplication, let's say I write 2 space 3. This will automatically take it as a multiplication. So if I put spaces in between numbers, it will take it as multiplication. Now we can also write some variables. Let's say we have variables, we define variables. So these variables we have defined. So if I put this semicolon, then it will not display those values again. It will, for example, if I remove the semicolon and then I will run it for you once, you see these numbers will get displayed in the output. But if I put semicolon, then they will not be displayed, but these numbers are stored in the variables. So now if I do A space B, it will, as I said, space means automatically multiplication. So it multiplies the number and gives me 6. So now with these variables, we can do any one of these arithmetic operations. And as I said, for fraction, it will, in the division, it gives us in fractions whenever possible. So if I do this double slash n, then I will get in decimal form. Now, how do we write comments in Wolfram language? Let's say we want to write comments. So let's say I want to write a comment over here which explains what this double slash n does. So to write comments, we would write parenthesis, then asterisk, and then we can write whatever. So this is comment for Wolfram language, and then we can write whatever we want over here. So comments, as the name suggests, comments do not get executed in any programming language. Comments are just for making the code user friendly, so users can read the comments and understand what is happening in the code. So this is comment and this will not be executed. So this is how we write a comment. A good thing about Wolfram language and this Wolfram notebook is you can have different kind of cells over here. So you can have, let's say for example, I want some text cell over here. So let's say I want to have some text cell out here. So see, this automatically gives me convert to text cell. So this is text cell. So this is not for running. This is just some text. You can write over here whatever you want to explain the code. So just write some text. This is not for code. So in this way, you can create a document in which you have some text followed by some code. So this is the text cell and not a code cell. And then again, you can have some code cell over here. This will be code cell over here. And then let's say this is some variable and you want to initialize it to some value. So this is again the code cell, and this will execute like any normal code. But this is a text cell. It will not execute as a code. So this is just writing some content or some text in between your code. So this is how we do arithmetic operations in Wolfram language. Now, as we as I showed in the last video how to save, so we will go save this notebook and give it some name. So it will save as a Wolfram language notebook.